Oh damn, he just went past me. I did pull over, trying to see if I could get a short route, because I'm late to where I need to be. I'm actually trying this Beeline Moto. Oh god, I've got to be on my best behaviours for these cars. Thank you. So I am late, so I'm going to try and do this as quick as I can, but this is my kind of review of the bike. This is the Royal Enfield Continental GT650 in a hurry. I've got a new mic set up, so I'm hoping this is going to work. And lovely, I've got myself stuck behind a 4x4 and I can't see anything in front of it. I have had this bike now for 2 weeks and there's no denying my love for it. There's really no point trying to hide the fact that I love this bike. Oh my gosh! Usually on bike reviews, what I've done in the past, and they're never really reviews, they're kind of like first impressions. I've actually lived with this bike and I flippin' love it. And I'll go through the reasons why. You know, you may have seen my video before. Oh, just make sure that my pockets are all closed actually. You may have seen my video of me talking about the bike and why I'm kind of looking into Royal Enfield and why Royal Enfield sent me this bike. And this is the Expedition Special. Oh no. Is someone actually phoning my phone? I can feel my phone vibrating in my pocket. I can't answer because I haven't got my shockwave plugged in. Another plug for RUROC. Yeah, so this is the Expedition Special, the Continental GT650. Obviously this bike is a special edition because it's all yellow and everything. It's got the EE on the side. So, okay, which way do I go with this? Great. There's something so old and pure about this bike, and that is why I love it. It feels so visceral, it feels, gosh, it just feels exciting. All the vibrations, I mean, this is why I do like a twin engine like this. There is something quite, it evokes all the senses. So you've got that rattle throughout you, that vibration of that twin engine, and the timing of this as well, the firing order and the timing, it has been seriously thought out by Royal Enfield. It is a 650, it sounds good. Even with these stock exhausts, it sounds amazing. But what I do like about it, I mean, first of all, the riding position, I feel quite high, whereas my Ducati, obviously with the nature of the Ducati seat, you're feeling quite low down. This, I'm still feeling high up, and because it has got these clip-ons, but they are kind of high-rise clip-ons, I do feel leaning forward in that position, and I love it, and being able to take the corners. The seating position in this alone makes me confident to take these positions, and I kind of lean into a corner. I know this isn't a big lean, but still, it's effortless. The bike feels planted, seriously planted, and that's one thing that I've not felt for a long time with the bike. Even the new bikes I've taken out, this feels so planted. It feels nimble. It feels like I'm just on a little pocket rocket, and it absolutely feels incredible. I am sporting a single caliper up front, but the stopping power on this is still good enough for me. Here we go, we can open it up now. Absolutely love that. Going up to that speed is effortless. Oh my gosh, the styling of this bike is attention grabbing. Oh, do you know what? I've got another gear to play with. I didn't realise that. The styling of this bike is definitely attention grabbing. I've had people stop at me in the street and just stare at the bike. I've had other people, when the bike's parked up in a car park or anything like that, I've had them come up to me and say, what is that bike? Because again, because it doesn't have that Royal Enfield branding on the tank as such. It's just got that EE. Of course it's got the badge and the emblem on the actual engine itself, but still. But I've had people coming up to me and saying, what is that bike? First question as well is it an old bike? Oh, don't you stay where you are. Look, I'm here. I hate it when people don't look. So people come up and say, is it an old bike? And they kind of look at the plate and go, oh, hang on, no, it's a 2020 plate. And that's where I really like this bike. It is an old looking bike. It feels old, but with the ease of riding a new bike. With a lot of old bikes, you feel like you've had a proper workout by the end of it. You feel like you cannot ride anymore. You're just exhausted. With this, you don't get it. It is the ease of riding a new bike. Now, what I like about this is, I like everything. The problem I've had with other new bikes is the throttle. It's a real bee I've had in my bonnet about a lot of brands, a lot of bikes. The throttle has almost like a flat spot in it. There are bikes with a lot of electric, so you've got sports mode, wet mode. There are no modes on this, it's just pure ride mode. Because of that, I always feel like with other bikes, I mean especially Triumph and things like that, I feel like you have to put it in sports to feel what the bike should feel like, which I'm guessing is probably quite accurate. With this, it's just straight there. You have complete response in your throttle. You don't have any lag. You don't need to fiddle around with any sports settings. You just jump on and ride. And that's why I'm saying it's just got that one mode, that ride mode. The suspension is nice. It takes enough of the road vibrations for you not to worry about it. I mean, I'll be looking back at this footage, especially when I'm using my 360 cam, seeing, heck, that front does really bounce up and down, but you don't feel it at all. You don't feel any vibrations. It's such a smooth ride. You know what, the seat does, it feels like a narrow seat. It isn't a narrow seat, I know it's a wide one, but I suppose it's the padding in the middle that makes it feel quite narrow. Maybe I've just got a huge rear end, I have no idea. But no, it does feel quite narrow. I mean, if I do move it back, I can feel with my bum where the back of the seat is, where the stitching is. I am actually sitting quite far back. I am a 6'4" guy, 6'3", 6'4", depending on if I've stretched or not in the night. This bike does fit me. I mean, you might be able to see from my knees, I am a perfect fit for these knee dents. I think if I was any longer on the femur, it probably wouldn't fit me, but it just fits me so much. The 535, I've been on one of those, and I always thought that the 535 was a little on the smaller side for me. I would compare the 535 to being the same size as the CX500, surprisingly, especially when you've got clip-ons and you've shortened the rear and everything off. I would say that's probably a similar size to the CX. Because the CX is, surprisingly, a small bike, but this isn't. Oh, great. Is it raining now? I didn't think it was going to rain. Okay, well, I mean, this will be a good test seeing what it's like in the wet. It's got a nice grunt, even with that standard exhaust. What time are we doing? Oh, we're okay for time. I've got 25 minutes to get to where I need to be. Where are you going? No. Let's go up here. Speed is there. It's not the biggest engine, but it's powerful enough. It's good enough to give you your kicks and to give you that grin in your face. styling wise, I do have the clip-on mirrors on this. I know that those are kind of an optional extra, and I would highly recommend going for these optional extras because they don't look like B antennas, which is what you get a lot of the time with mirrors. These are, they're just so neat, and they do stick up, but they're just so neat, and they are so handy. The positioning, I've got no issues with these positioning at all. In fact, I prefer these positioning of these mirrors than having the actual lower down mirrors that I usually have. But I can't fault anything on this bike. So I guess that is all from me. If you like what you see, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I will see you next week for another video. But I'm just gonna seriously enjoy my time on this bike, and I'll see you next week.